I'll set you on fire and hunt you with spiders appear in your face, but that's just pillar chase. Wait, where'd the music go? I was cooking. Well everyone, you got this video to over 300 views in just a week. That's like double my previous record. First of all, thank you for the support, it really means a lot to me. And second, I said in that video if it did well, I would make full guides on each monster. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'll be covering their origin, abilities in game, and giving some pro tips to get better at them. So who better to start with than the first monster everyone gets, and just so happens to be my main. Without wasting any more time, let's get right into it. Vapour was introduced in the first Pillar Chase, but originates from the 2013 horror game Vapour by Skermunkel Studios. I actually bought the game and played it live on stream, and let me tell you, it was not worth the $6 I spent on it. What is that? How is anyone supposed to find that? Vapour was likely based on this enemy called the Hell Lord who jump scares your screen every time you get hit, but that's mostly just my speculation. From what I understand, he's a decaying demon trapped between purgatory and hell whose only goal is to torture and kill the people who created him and reanimates the skulls of his victims to make them suffer even after death. He's really just a chill guy like that, you know? So now that you know a little bit about Vapour, let's learn how to play him. Vapour is the second slowest monster behind Ink Demon with a meager speed of 18. However, this is more than made up for with a stamina count of 135 and a basic attack which deals a whole 70 damage. He would absolutely kill it in those Russian slapping competitions. It's still really hard for him to catch up to survivors, but thankfully he has a handful of abilities, starting with Vapour technically has two passive abilities. The first is called Hallucinations, but I like to call it since he doesn't have any chase music. Vapour instead shows a gyre of himself on the survivor's screen whenever he gets close to them. This gyre also causes the survivor's camera to turn, often making them lose focus and run in the wrong direction. It's pretty great for catching people off guard. And his second passive is called Location. Every 20 seconds, or if he kills a survivor, Vapour will place a marker down on the map where he's standing. This marker reveals all survivors in a pretty large radius for as long as it's active. You poor sad sap. Oh man. This is his most useful information tool because it outlines where to go next and works in tandem with his other abilities. Speaking of which, his first ability is called Demonic Shift. When activated, Vapour will emit black smoke and teleport to his location marker after a short delay. He'll also get a small run speed boost for up to 2 seconds. This is excellent for catching survivors off guard and catching up to them when they're trying to loop it around a small area. They'll think they have a clear path out and BAM! You're right there to grab them and hit them with a scorpion fatality. Speaking of which, wouldn't a scorpion Vapour skin be sick? Blade, if you're watching this, take notes. This ability works really well with the location passive, as though no one's survivors are near your marker so you can appear right in their faces and get a cheeky hit in. Just keep in mind, when you teleport to the marker, you'll be facing the same direction as when you place to the marker, not when you begin the teleport. Hey yo, it's me, editing links. So I forgot to mention that while Vapour will turn in the direction you place the marker in, your camera won't. So if you want to cancel the effect, just go into first person mode when you teleport. Hope that clears things up. Back to the video. His other ability is called Spider Skull Summon. After a short delay, Vapour will summon one of these little cuties to go and chase survivors around. If it catches up with a survivor, it'll hit him for a little bit of damage. Survivors will have to spam their interact button up to 4 times to destroy them, and the damage one survivor does to it will carry to the next survivor it chases. So if someone hits the skull twice but dies, then the next person it chases will only need to hit it twice. Somebody's dying. Okay. Two spider skulls can be summoned at once, and trying to summon a third will just replace the first one summoned. Okay, these guys just deal chip damage and get destroyed pretty easily. They don't seem that useful, you're probably saying. Wrong. The hidden part of these spider skulls, and by far the most useful part of them, is that you can use your demonic shift and teleport to them. Any spider skull will become a functional location marker, and replace the marker if it's teleported to. This is Vapour's easiest way to secure kills, because the moment Vapour starts teleporting to a skull, the survivor is put in an uncomfortable 50-50 scenario. Do they either A, get the hell out of there and take a few additional skull hits before destroying it, meaning the next attack Vapour hits them with will kill them? Or B, finish destroying the spider skull but risk getting hit by Vapour's absolutely devastating right hook and getting bone broken in the process? Or the secret third option, C, not know they can destroy the skull and just die, I guess. Regardless of what they choose, it's beneficial to Vapour because it either guarantees a kill or saves a spider skull and puts pressure on multiple survivors. Both his abilities have relatively short cooldowns, so they'll ideally refresh every time a chase ends, unless you're playing against survivors who can juke you like Saquon Barkley. So that about sums up Vapour's mechanics, but really the reason you probably clicked on this video was to get better at him, and that requires some elite Vapour knowledge. Now, I may not be a level 100 Vapour with 200 hours in the game, but him and I do share a lot of similarities. For example, we're both jacked, we both peaked in 2013, and we both hate Valum.
That disgusting human.
Screw you, Valum, you big disheveled spoonbill looking motherfucker. So, listen to these pro tips. Prioritize killing people with spider skulls, which the main reason for this is that they don't force you into a kill animation, and less time in animation means more time for chasing other people. Every time a spider skull hits a survivor, you'll get both a notification in the bottom right of your screen and a little tick noise to help you know it's the perfect time to teleport, since you'll be in a great position to smack them harder than my girlfriend does to me. I don't have a girlfriend. If you have two spider skulls active, you'll always teleport to the one closer to you. So when both of the skulls are chasing one survivor, wait until the first one gets destroyed before teleporting. This will help close the distance between you and the survivor way more efficiently. Spider skulls really suck at going up staircases. Stick to placing them on the top floors of the map rather than the bottom. When you're playing Double Trouble, prioritize getting another Vapour as your teammate. This is because both Vapours share a location marker and spider skulls, which means you can teleport to a spider skull regardless of who summoned it. Lastly, just know which map you're playing on. Vapour works well in enclosed spaces, but not in long open hallways. And since I'm so nice, I made a list of which maps he works the best on. Feel free to pause the video or take a picture if you need to. Alright, now let's finish this up with... Overall, Vapour is a slow but punishing monster who excels in the early game but gets worse the fewer survivors there are. His abilities synergize well with each other to make him threatening but not uncounterable. Overall, I'd say Vapour is the mid B tier to low A tier kind of range. I think once Spider Skull AI becomes better and they fix some minor bugs relating to the teleport, then he'll be in a perfect position. And as for beginners, I'd say he's a moderate difficulty to play. You'll need to get comfortable with Spider Skull teleportation before you're able to start server wiping, but once you learn how to do that, you'll win the majority of your matches. But what do you think? Do you think he's too weak and needs buffs? Do you think he's too strong and needs nerfs? Let me know in the comments down below. And while you're down there, like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, and subscribe if you want to see more monster guides just like this one. Until I see you again, adios, vaya con Dios.